What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Non-Gamers React, the show, I guess, where I introduce or reconnect former gamers that are no longer relapsed gamers to video game music. In this case, I've got my buddy Andrew Stortz. We were together in undergrad, and God, it's been forever since I've seen you, and you were also the first and only mosh pit I've ever attended with Chicago Typewriter.
I love that you came to shows of my hardcore band in college. I think it was a formative experience for you. Would you agree?
It actually was. It actually was. Like, it's changed the way, like, whenever I listen to heavy metal, it's actually funny. Since you and I haven't, like, been able to properly catch up, and we just realized it's been 20 years since we went to school together.
It's 20 years since the first time we laid eyes on each other.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a little under 20, but still, that feels like a long time.
I will say that I think, like, the reason I'm into heavy metal and, like, allow it, there's a lot of music that we'll get into that you haven't heard. When was the last time you played a video game?
Probably since the last time I saw you. I played a little video game in college, but I kind of fell off. I can't do it. I'm not good at them, and I just give up.
I mean, you have some idea of, like, the music.
Yeah.
Tell everybody who you are, what you're doing.
Since the day I saw Marco last, I became a tattoo artist. I made a huge shift. I finished my bachelor's in music education, and I left music in the dust the day I graduated. Thank God. Because to be a music teacher now would be just torture for me. It wasn't right for me. So I found a path that worked for my life. I'm a tattooer. I've been doing that full time for about 17 years at this point. I own a shop in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So I do that. I make a podcast called Books Closed Podcast. It's tattoo stuff. Everything I do is tattoo. So that's my life now. I shifted from music to art, and now I'm ready to shift into video game music.
Do you feel like you still connect to, like, the musical aspects of, like, I mean, the formative years spent playing drums? I'm sure you played drums way longer than, you know, obviously you had to get accepted into our undergrad.
So I started when I was 10 in 5th grade. Right. I'd been playing drums for 8 years before that, and I was honestly kind of over it before I even went to college. I just couldn't think of anything else I wanted to do. So if not for this, teaching music would have been the next best thing. But it's funny because when I first started doing visual art stuff, my baseline was music. So there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of parallels I found from music to visual art. So for a long time, I was comparing everything to, I need to have some more diversity and textures in this design because of diversity and dynamics, or changing this or changing that, or, I was using those concepts. But now I've been so heavily focused on visual art for longer than I was ever in music. Now, coming back and playing music lightly in the last couple of years for the first time in a long time, I'm comparing everything to visual art, so it's coming back around the other way. But they both inform each other regardless of the direction, and I think that's really cool. And I'm glad to have the foundation in music that I have.
That's actually really cool. I mean, I think that's something that can be easily taken for granted. Like, this is unrelated, but I've started playing, I don't know what happened, but I think I was looking for something that was stimulating my brain and also my, like, muscles. And I picked up Street Fighter 6 recently. I have about 25 hours. So there's 6 iterations of Street Fighter. I know you know what Street Fighter is. I even bought this, like, it's all rhythm, by the way. I picked up this hitbox. It's just like basically a keyboard, and, like, you put your hands in a certain way, and it does something. So speaking from the visual perspective, I'm bringing my operatic, like, the process of training as an opera singer, for the 14 years I did it, to this fighting game. And it's like cracking me open, dude. I'm like, you fucking bitch. Could you stop sucking? Like, forward, left, back, forward, and it's like, it's all the trauma's coming back. Anyway.
Well, it's good that all the singing training wasn't in vain.
Yeah. Look where it led me.
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6.
I'm proud of you, Marco.
Rookie 1. Let's dive into some music. I brought, obviously, with your background, I've brought a shit ton of fast rhythmic things, some heavy metal, obviously, because of your background with that, but also some swing jazz, some really fun fusion stuff, some EDM. Let's start with this game called Persona 3 Reload, and this song is called Full Moon, Full Life.
So is the point of this that I'm going to fall in love with these songs? I thought it was just for the sake of discussion. It's kind of more interesting if you hate something, I think.
Yeah, no, that is the point. I would rather you be like, I don't like that. That's annoying. I get criticized for being too positive. I just can't help it. I'm
That's your greatest strength, Marco. They don't love you for who you are. Shape up, guys. Shape up. Marco's the sweetest, most genuine guy. And
they know.
I haven't seen you in a long time, and I have such warm feelings about you just from the time we spent together, and it's been so long, and that will never change. So I know that comes through on your channel.
Remember when you when I don't remember who it was, but we used to go down to the bottom floor. Sorry, guys, this is
nostalgia hour. Sorry,
nostalgia
guys.
Hour.
Video games next episode.
Yeah, I forget who it was. It might have been you or Mike. I forget that guy's name, but
Me too.
throwing bags of water at each shit, like riding. I don't know if you were there when I rode down a mattress down a flight of stairs. I don't know. Anyway,
This was before we had cell phones.
Yeah, actually, it actually was. It's fucked up. All right, full moon, full life.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a little kick to it.
Crazy how time flies when I wonder if the path is in the right direction. But I do believe things come to light by accident when it remains on. Sounds like it's meant to be.
Wake up, mistakes made when things fall apart. What matters at the end is how you let them all. Read up,
Yeah.
fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we do first step. No one's sure what lies beneath before and breath. Roads may be rough and tough, but we will miss our way.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes the journey is about reaching. All about the destination on over us. No matter how far,
No matter how far,
how you go,
how you go.
how long can it
Promise you no time to waste. Gotta fix your life, go get it burn.
Pivot back.
It's really taking me on a journey.
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too. As we go, we'll come across many predicaments. Feel like lies beneath, colors of love that's excellent. The pictures fade away, beauty will remain the same.
Stop living there when your heart's beating still. No slowing down for me, I'm never going chill. Every low phase of riding like a trail. I pass by the roads, but outshine.
Only time will tell the money to the thieves. Longer we wait, may it be the way to keep. Standing by for answers. Shouting is the pain.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Only from the heart one reaches to the sky. Ups and downs it goes for years of enemies on the right. As you go, believing the faith in
No time to waste. Gotta fix your life, go get it go.
Trust is the maze, reflect hope and fear. Be brave and knowing the pain one might just stay. This quick works out, which may be hearts and stars of life. Meanings all of those search for.
Question, no answers, will this be for nothing? I felt wordless and nervous, disgusting. I won't be so broken unless I conducted diligently, patiently, and trusted myself. Nothing was given to me, so gonna go earn it. Everything needs another motivation, I burn it. Reputation doesn't stop death, but it stops life. Accept an open mind for life.
One day this quiet voices will be heard. Loud and clear the story of the ones with me.
Hands up.
Shed no tears, realize what we left behind.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Explore within the limits of the time. No one should need it for me to a way of life. No matter how far.
Okay, what do you think?
I have a lot of thoughts.
I actually have a lot of thoughts too, to be honest.
So it's giving Linkin Park, first of all. That's all I could think the whole time. No matter how hard I try. Whenever I hear that, I can't not laugh. Any music like that's funny to me. It also kind of sounds like sometimes I'm scrolling on YouTube, you see some video from a music festival, and it's this like Japanese girl band who you've never heard of, and they're playing festivals to like 100,000 people, and they're unreal, and their performances are so tight and so amazing. Like that seems like the kind of genre. It's just trendy, and just the image here. Whoever this character is, this gorgeous androgynous anime-looking person is just dressed to the nines. I have no idea what this game's about, but it just seems like cool and trendy. And I feel like this kind of music, which to me sounds dated, I feel like it's coming back around, so I feel like it's kind of current again, this like new metal 90s, what I think is corny, but I know that a lot of people are discovering it for the first time, and that's kind of cool too.
In theory, I actually prefer the female singer over the like
Me too.
Linkin Park. It doesn't work, but once you listen to it like 5 times, it's like, okay, you kind of get into the groove of it. But yeah, I agree with you. There's another one. There's another game, Persona 5, that has a lot of acid jazz and funk, and I personally I'm like, I don't like it at all, because it's the music that my dad I was forced to listen to. I'm gonna make a whole video about this. It's probably 2 minutes long. Why I don't like Persona 5, because people are like they get up in arms because what do you mean you don't like Persona 5? It's like one of the best rated video games ever, and it's like the music. I recognize that the music reminds me of. You ever heard the band Jamiroquai? Whatever. See,
Virtual Insanity. Of course I have.
Yes, Jamiroquai, yeah.
You don't like Jamiroquai?
No.
Dude.
Because my dad used to play that shit constantly when I was a kid, and I don't
Really?
know. I never related to it. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Your dad must have been cool as fuck.
He was cool as fuck. I miss him.
Yeah.
He would have enjoyed shit like this. Would have absolutely put him on the channel.
He would have had some great takes, is what you're telling me.
Some takes, yeah.
So let me ask you this. So if you, like in this other game you're referring to, does it take you out of the game? Can you not appreciate the music, even if you don't like it as a standalone? Does it take you out of playing the game, or can you let yourself be taken in by the whole presentation of the game, music and all?
So the presentation's actually really high. It does take me out. It's kind of like when I found out that some singers were assholes, and it doesn't matter how good they sounded.
Yeah.
If I knew that they were dicks, it immediately turned me off to their singing. And so it's this weird thing where I respect the creation of it, and I respect how it's done and the compositional process. And I think the songs are good, and not all of it, obviously. Just there's 6 of the most popular, and maybe also that it's been out for almost 10 years. So I think it actually has been, 10 years. So it's super trend. It's it's everywhere. And I think maybe it's overplayed, but for me, it's I don't know, Jamiroquai, for whatever reason, the connection there just kills me a little bit. I don't know why this is in my brain right now. I'm not even a crazy. Have you ever heard of Minecraft?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, they just did the movie with Jack Black.
Yeah.
And the original soundscape of Minecraft was super piano, very dulcet. There's some intensity, but in general, it's a very, very chill, almost ambient, atmospheric thing. Very, very cathartic, and it actually kind of sounds like nostalgia. But as the game evolved, they got more composers involved. And in this one, this is from a composer, Lena Raine, and this is called Pigstep, and it's got some nice boo-woo-woo-woos that I think you'll enjoy. You know what I mean by boo-woo-woo-woos, I assume.
Of course. It's a scientific term.
It is. Boo-woo-woo-woo.
Yeah. I'm liking this already.
Yeah, it's a mood.
Oh, yeah. It makes me want to smash little boxes or whatever you do in Minecraft. That is sick. I like that a lot.
Yeah, right.
I really like lo-fi stuff like that, and especially for like scoring something. I feel like it's perfect because, like, to me, that's still very chill on its surface, but it's driving, and it's got that like descending do 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 the whole time, which you can say is Beatles. You can say it's like Dr. Dre.
What
you know,
the fuck?
it's a thing that's happened in all these styles of music, and it gives a mood.
There you go. Don't do
Okay.
a thumbs up. Don't do a thumbs. Wait, do that. See what happens.
Okay, I won't do that again. That is fucking my shit up. Okay,
Yeah, it is.
let me fix it, and I will not do it again. I promise. Okay, when I can hear you, I'll give you a thumbs up, okay?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say.
I was
It's
saying
like
that
the Beatles.
that descending thing, you can hear it in Beatles, you can hear it in Dr. Dre. It transcends time. It's cool. It gives a vibe. Well, I guess I was saying, I don't want to use my hands to speak.
Yeah, don't.
That with this lo-fi kind of music, the range, like dynamically, is very small, but you can say a lot within that. You can give completely different moods. You can give completely different things, but it's all in the context of 50 cool beats to chill to, like all those compilations on YouTube, which I love.
Do you think because of your background, you tend to pay attention to rhythm more than melody?
Yeah, probably. I know that I'm drawn to things that are syncopated. Just that's baseline. Like, I love that. I love stuff with complex rhythms. I think that's why I've always liked hip hop, because it's so percussive and it's so rhythmic. And I honestly don't pay attention to lyrics. Like, I don't know the words to my favorite songs that I've listened to for 30 years. I don't know. I don't pay attention to it. And maybe I'm keying in more to other melodic stuff here because I'm trying to discuss this. But when I listen passively, it's definitely rhythm.
That's what I figured. That's why I wanted you on. I've actually never had a drummer on, so I was really intrigued by like figuring out like how your process is, because for me, it's an interesting conversation between, obviously melody is inherently has rhythm inherently connected to it, but at the same time, rhythm and melody are the key structures of music. But at the same time, and tempo. But at the same time, without rhythm, you don't have melody. And I find that if a piece isn't melodic and it's just rhythmic, I feel like it misses a little bit of the thing. But at the same time, it's a very interesting thing, the combination of rhythm and melody, and how both are sort of essentially intertwined and married at all times. You know, they don't exist without the other, really. Maybe rhythm can. It's interesting. What happened?
Nothing. Do you like this song?
I can't hear that.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear the rhythm. I can't hear the music.
No. There's no music. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Are we listening to this right? We're listening to it. What are you doing, Marco?
What are you doing?
I'm asking you, do you like this Minecraft song?
Oh my God. I thought you were, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not presenting you anything. I'm just trying to circle back because I don't think you gave the
thought
clear
you were
opinion.
going over and cueing something because you raised your
sorry.
hand.
No. I'll give you a thumbs up when I'm cueing something.
I love this song. And it's only recently that I'm like, you know what? That song fucking slaps. And I love
really
that it's
slaps.
I mean, it's like, it's got, I also love, here's the thing. It's not a jazz organ, which I actually am not that fond of in terms of its sound, but I love that it has a little bit of stank. I guess is the musical, the dictionary term for that. The slide up. And then I also love how it has the bum, 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 that sort of momentum. I love rhythmic stuff, but when it's married to melody in a big way, and the melody is also like really, really, really flowing, it's so hard to describe these things because they're, I think that's why I love this, because it's not about theory. It's about the feeling. And the feeling is so specific to individuals. And a lot of people don't know how to even express it. Whereas like when you do something for a long enough time, and anybody can learn though, that's the best part. Yeah, I just love the trying to convey the feeling of music, whether it's rhythm, melody, whatever. And I think that one, and Lena Raine in general, is there's another track of hers that I brought that is just so, it just makes you want to, I don't know, lift something heavy or go to work or like drive forward in something. And it probably is because of the driving rhythm. So
Definitely. So is all the more current Minecraft music in this vein, or is there a mixture of stuff?
To be honest, I don't know, because I haven't engaged with it. I mean, this I forget. Actually, let me.
Because I could see a dedicated Minecraft player. This song comes on and they're like, "Let's go, baby! It's Minecraft time!"
Hell yeah!
Because it's such a vibe.
I actually don't even know when the Nether sort of came out. So
who cares?
Well, just because I don't know what it sounds like now. You asked me a question,
and then I undid it.
Hold on. My fiance's gyro's downstairs. She's going to be upset if I don't let her know.
Okay, humble brag, your fiance. You have love in your life. I'm just kidding. I'm married. I just celebrated my 9th wedding anniversary last week.
Oh my God. Happy.
Thank you so much. I know you're curious. I know.
I'm amazed that you've been able to hold something down for so long.
Thank you for saying that.
Just kidding.
I am too.
Let's pivot over to something different. Let's pivot over to Savannah Citadel. This is from Sonic Unleashed. So I just played this. It's a 3D Sonic. Have you ever played Sonic in your life?
That was one of the earliest games I played. I got a Sega for Christmas one year and lost my damn mind. So like the early Sonics, big time.
You know what? No, I don't think it was the first of the 3D, but it's really cool. So he travels around like fictional places that are supposed to be based off of real world, environments. And this particular one takes place, I guess, in what would be perceived of as Africa. I played through the whole thing this year. I'm in my Sonic era right now, so I've been slowly discovering Sonic because I never dabbled in it.
Oh, okay.
It's been awesome. Sonic music is fucking awesome. I'm sorry, I said the first 3D Sonic. That's totally wrong. Sonic Adventure was the first, whatever. Sorry, everybody. I went to bed at 1 a.m. I'm tired. I'm seeing my friend for the first time in 19 years. Let's say 19.
It's just going to change every time.
I'm a little overwhelmed. Yeah, 15 years, 30 years.
Is Knuckles still part of the Sonic universe? Or is that gone?
He's actually in the movies too.
Okay, I love Knuckles.
Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, Knuckles is awesome. He's played by Idris Elba. Do you know who that is?
Sick. Yeah, that's awesome. Was Jim Carrey Dr. Robotnik? Is that what was?
Yes.
Okay.
He retired after those. He's so good.
I gotta check that out.
Oh, you really? I mean, as this person, yeah. Oh, you got to. It's so good. Anyway, this is Savannah Citadel Day, and I just love how frenetic it is. The call and response between the two is fun.
Yeah.
What's it feel like to hear like sort of a modern-ish, 12 years plus, I think, Sonic song, first of all, in such a specific style as well?
It's different than the old original Sonic music, but it's also not that different. I feel like it's coming from the same place with the modern tools. To me, this is what I know of video game music, where it's like, it's driving, it's there. It's not like putting a pop, like the first one we listened to, I feel like was popular music as a soundtrack to a game, which to me would set a very different stage for it. This, I'm thinking about doing the loop, catching rings, running into spiky shit. My sister and I used to call it down dewey 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 when you go and you do the thing. I just think of doing that, the little rolling ball Sonic move to that song, because it's bumping. And I love the flute and guitar. The call and response, like you pointed out, was awesome. And then when they double up on the same line, I love that. It's so cool.
It's interesting how Sonic, because Sonic is based around speed, and not all, I mean, older Sonic was a little bit more platformy, like, but like modern Sonic, I mean, you can really, Sonic Unleashed especially, you can really pick up and like you get this just amazing feeling of speed as you're going down a straightaway, and then you gotta, you learn the map, and you gotta, getting a perfect run is like one of the most, I got an S rank on this track from this area called Jungle Joyride, which is hard, and I got an S rank, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it feels so good because the movement of the music kind of propels that that journey, which is
tense.
Yeah. It's sad, but it also bright, and like there's always a sense of like an invitation. You know what I mean? There's actually night themes for each of these as well, because this is Savannah Citadel Day. There's Savannah Citadel Night. The night themes have this sort of remix spin on them, which is really cool. What do you think of the percussion? Yeah, and it's with the bongo or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's driving. It's almost like tribal in a way. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it persists. For sure. It tells me a lot about the feeling of the game, just hearing this. It's
very energetic. I guess my question too is like the rhythm in that is super not to make you like go into like, deep diving here on fucking 10 seconds of Sonic music, but there's something about like, why do you think that they would write with that kind of percussion in mind?
Well, I feel like the more you're subdividing the beat with the rhythm, the more tension it builds, the more driving it is, because it's just based on do. So you could just have but when it's ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah, a little more ooh ah ooh ah ooh to me, it's just the more you do, boom, it's taking you there.
I see.
And the way that it just goes the whole time, even like, and then it drops out.
Yeah.
I feel like it really takes you to the highs and lows, but it's just got that same upbeat. It's not really like a fully formed symphony. This is one purpose, one feeling, and it's taking you there super effectively, I think.
Oh, that's really cool. I love rhythm. And for me, it's like, I feel like if you didn't subdivide it would still be good, because it'd be like that same sort of pulsation.
Totally, but it's a different feel.
Yeah.
Well, this also gives it a style, too. Like the instrumentation, I think it's a very specific thing that is familiar to us, even if we don't know what to call it or what it is. It is something that we've heard. And it makes me think, like, what's the environment that the game is in? Maybe it's telling you something about that. Yeah. And it may not even be accurate to what I'm picturing, but I like that it's painting a picture for me just from this one little pattern.
That's really cool, because that's how I get it from melody, so you're getting it from percussion, or, well, rhythm.
If we teamed up, we'd know everything.
Yeah, I know. I want to go to something fucking crazy.
Yes.
Do you know what a rhythm game is?
Like Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah, but much more advanced at this stage in the game. So this is actually on phones, mobile. It's on a bunch of different platforms. But this is mobile gaming is like a whole thing. I'll play you a song from a mobile game later.
Cool.
This is Grievous Lady from a game called Archaea. This is gonna be the longest 2 minutes and 20 seconds of your life. Remember, you're doing everything with your fingers, not all of it, but...
Holy fuck!
Oh, it's not over. He's like... What do we take a break?
Yeah, you gotta get some water or something.
It's actually really lovely, though.
Yeah. This is borderline heinous.
Borderline. I'm watching the blood drain from your eyes, from your face. Okay. Is it too much? Is it not enough? Is it crazy?
Perfect. It's perfect. It is crazy. So when you say a rhythm game, what is this? What is the gameplay of this?
Well, let's look. I've never actually seen it. Holy fuck, this guy.
Shit! How do you play this game?
This way.
Whoa! Okay, let me say something about this.
Holy fuck.
I used to feel this way also about like Guitar Hero type games. When you
Yeah.
get to the upper level of difficulty, you really are learning a skill and you're learning songs, and it is so hard. A game like this looks insane to me. At a certain point, and this is a non-gamer's attitude, I understand, wouldn't you just want to learn the real thing? Like get a piano out or something. I mean, this takes such dedication, and I don't want to minimize like the joy, the everything that you get from playing a game. To kick ass at this game, I understand that must be pretty cool. Watching this playthrough is insane. The fact that you have to show somebody playing it to see how crazy it is instead of just seeing like a screen recording of it. I wouldn't even understand if I just saw like the screen from the game, but that's crazy. Okay, so this makes sense. This is music that's composed on a computer, never to be played by a real person because it is out of control. So it's the whole name of the game is just making the most crazy possible thing with the most layers and little doo-doo-doo-doo things to add to it, so your little pinky's got to get in there and get sweaty. I think this is cool. I mean, this is like taking it real far.
This is like next level, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
There's definitely a place for it, you know.
For sure.
I don't think like, is it going to end up in a symphony hall anytime soon? No, but
Not
is
this
it
one.
fun as? To me, it's fun as fuck.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is to get down and dirty on your little iPad.
Yeah, I really like that song. I heard it. I think earlier this year, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And for me, even just the hints of a harpsichord, I just was like, "Yeah." My little classical music heart just like lit up, and then having that hardcore, Let's.
Well, it's kind of like this like Victorian goth feel, which from like that artwork I can see that too. So it really accurately kind of creates the world that they're trying to exist in. So I appreciated that.
Let's stay in the mobile range and go to a game called Punishing Gray Raven, which is also a mobile game. Now this is a gacha game, and a gacha game. Well, actually, this is a very generous game. You could play it every day, and you wouldn't need to spend real money. But it's actually very generous with its rates. And gacha gaming is essentially gambling, where you have a chance to get the character, or you lose your 50-50, which this game doesn't have, which is nice, and you have to sort of re-roll to get the character. So you can lose the character on the first go around, and then have to top up and spend money to hopefully get the character and their weapon and blah 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 blah.
So it's really good for young kids.
Yeah, no, it's not. I have definitely now the complex part about gacha gaming is that, and the reason why I continue to talk about them, I actually play two of them. Not only are they extremely popular and can be, you know, really thoughtful, the music is out of this world, and because they just repurpose the money that's made by whales and dolphins and people spending a shit ton of money, and they produce some seriously good tunes.
Cool.
So it's kind of like, well, you know, do I love the fact that it's gambling? Not at all. They're kind of starting to, the new iteration of gacha games is doing away with this 50-50 concept, and they're kind of 100 rate up, but the problem is like, how much are you willing to spend to get to 100% rate up to get the, it's.
But if you're an adult, that's all fine and good. We all make our own choices.
That's right. Well, anyway, so this is called Under Dimension, and I believe this plays. Honestly, I've never heard this in game, but I believe it plays at one of the boss fights. And you remember what a boss is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vanguard Sound, who makes the music for this game, this was my introduction to EDM. Not this song, another one, but this like totally changed the way I like listen to EDM and I actively seek out orchestral EDM and like all because of this game. So, credit what credit's due. I think like even though it's nefarious and it's not a great thing to have that system in place, it does lead to incredible musical discoveries. So it's that fine line of like where's the line,
So we're about to put a little glow stick in the headstock of our Stradivarius, is what you're saying.
We are, yes.
Let's go.
It's got to do its introduction.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
And there's some gameplay there, I think. Not
Cool.
much.
In a world where crystals reign supreme, space guys are everything.
Pretty much. Pretty much. There's a virus that kills people.
As they do.
It's actually one of my favorite video game songs. So hopefully you don't hate it. It's cool if you do. I'll just cry.
I mean, when you put it that way, I'm going to have to lie. We're headed somewhere. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Those beautiful eyeballs.
Yeah, Ishmael, yeah, she has beautiful eyeballs, yeah. See, it all builds to this.
Yeah. To think that that's in a mobile game, I think they're just doing too much. That's pretty cool. I do, like you're saying, I like the roots in classical and like the vocal line to it. It's whereas the previous song, I don't know, I'd call that avant-garde. That maybe that's not even a current enough term. It's like something completely
actually is that one.
Yeah, it's just totally its own new crazy thing where they're just pushing the limits. Where I feel like this kind of having roots back and classical kind of stuff as we would know it. I like that. I think it's cool.
It's interesting to me how a piece like this, like the Grevious Lady, is a very hard 2 minutes to listen to. Like it's a very intense 2 minutes, whereas this is 6 minutes, and it feels like it, to me anyway, it feels like it never, because of the natural. It's also interesting how like we keep a rhythmic pattern the entire time. We build, and then the climax, you know, it's almost like the release, if you will. I have this phrase where I talk about musical blue balls, where if like you don't get the drop, it like sort of stifles you a bit. But I think this is a proper education channel, which I never claimed to be an educator, so for the record. But there is something to be said for like, I think talking about tempo and rhythm and kind of keeping it in a momentum. It never feels boring to me, despite the fact that it's almost 7 minutes long.
Each little peak is higher each time. I guess that's kind of the easiest way to build that. Yeah, that was definitely, it went by faster than I thought it was going to. Is this music supposed to be listened to, though? Like, do people actually listen? I mean, obviously they are. These videos have a shit ton of views, but...
I mean, I think it's great for the gym. You know, it's great for like a car ride where you're trying to keep yourself awake. But in theory, the context is it's in the background while you're fighting, you know,
right.
Like so many of these pieces. None of these are really written for the sake of just like listening to, in theory. Is that a burden? Is that sad? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it serves its purpose, but I also think like it's good to take a lens out and like look at something for its own sake.
It's like listening to a movie soundtrack. People do that, and it was, you know, a lot of times it's composed to accompany whatever the story is, and it is what it is. If you like the vibe, you want to live it when you're in the car, when you're on the Peloton. That's what I was thinking on this one.
You know, I think one of the things that people forget about percussion and rhythm and everything is that actually orchestral or, you know, classical writing actually has tons of percussion in it.
At a certain point.
But like, you know, you were back there hitting the triangle and pivoting over to the timpani and the bass drum and you know, the gamelan or whatever the hell else.
Yeah, that one.
But I wanted to pivot to something really, really interesting. This is a piece from Monster Hunter. You ever heard of Monster Hunter?
I have not.
It is what it sounds. You kill monsters. You listen to sick music. Every monster has its own character, its own musical theme.
Cool.
You skin them, farm them for their materials, and then you wear them and upgrade your own materials with their bodies and their skins. And
it's twisted.
In theory, it is pretty twisted.
You're saying it like it's no big deal.
I know. This is phase 2 of a particular monster called Shara Ishvalda.
Whoa.
And Shara Ishvalda is pretty cool because when you first encounter them, I haven't encountered this monster yet, but it starts off as a sort of rocky monster, and then as it has like rocks all over its body, and then in this phase it sheds all of that and we see it for its natural form.
Is this like a horror game, or is it just kind of...
No, it's just monsters, just of various types, wyverns, dragons, you know.
Yes.
I love the mallet work,
Yeah.
especially. This is the main theme of the game, kind of popping its head out a little bit. There too. I was curious, because we're using mallet instruments there, and that's obviously something that, if people don't know, percussionists are also marimba, xylophone, I forget the other, glockenspiel, all the, I don't know what, that's obviously like
Those
some...
are the main, those main ones.
Can you talk about the difficulties in, like, obviously hearing that, I think that perked your ear up because you recognize that. So, like,
Yeah.
what's it like to play those? Because it's not, the marimba's the one where you have to put the things in between your pinky and the...
Well, you can do 4 mallets. There are also marimba melodies and stuff that are just 2 mallets. I find that usually in an ensemble, it's more often 2 mallets. I feel like you get into the 4 when you're playing solo marimba a lot, so you can do more chords, like, you know, to mimic piano where you can have bass lines and chords and more harmonies and stuff. But a line like that, you're just ripping. You're counting rests for like 300 measures for your big chance, and you're shitting your pants, sweating it out in your little tuxedo. And then the conductor looks at you with blood in his eyes. His eyes are solid red, he or she. Blood red eyes. And then it's your time, and you either hit it or you whiff. I mean, that's like playing a guitar solo. That is your time to shine. That is why you play percussion. A line like that, to me, it is so fun, and you are just ripping, and it is so featured in that. I loved it. This is my favorite kind of video game music because it speaks to me just in my own experience. I know the power you feel when you're on stage with a full orchestra. It's unlike anything. And I've played in the loudest, fastest, heaviest hardcore bands, and it doesn't hold a candle to it at all. Playing an orchestra is unreal. I'm sure you know.
I do, yeah.
Doing opera stuff, you're in front of the group. They're playing at your back, and you are ripping on top of the whole thing. I can't imagine what that feels like.
Singing with it's probably the only thing I miss the most, to be honest. The feeling of
So
power
cool.
and the feeling of like capability, you know, not even power like from an ego, but like the feeling of like feeling just like 1,000 feet tall.
It's a physical feeling. I mean, it vibrates. It makes me want to cry just thinking about it. There's something about that.
I miss it so much. That I miss the
God.
most, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially, and it's interesting because for you guys, because the percussionists especially, I mean, like that, I mean, I think all instruments eventually have their own space where they can kind of send it home, but there's something about the percussion in the back that just like pop, just right over the top. And the fact that a little tiny triangle can reverberate through an entire, like, that's crazy to me.
Well, it's by design, you know? That's why the different instruments are used the ways that they are, and sometimes they're used unconventionally, which can make something really unique and interesting too. But yeah, I mean, the crash cymbals cut through over everything. You're just slamming shit together. It's barbaric. I mean, it's power for sure. It's super fun, and when you get into it deep, you're like micromanaging every little way the cymbals interact. It's like a whole stupid thing, but it is so cool. But to me, this is like the sweet spot of the kind of stuff I like playing percussion in a large ensemble. Because you get into older classical stuff, it's like timpani, maybe a crash cymbal on the last beat of the piece. There wasn't heavy percussion instrumentation. Once you get into romantic period and beyond, that's when shit started getting interesting. Using different kinds of stuff, a lot of these mallet instruments, you're getting a lot more, and just like crazy stuff. And then as you get into more and more modern, I mean, I just remember playing pieces where you have a tub of water, you're hitting a gong and putting the gong into a tub of water. And
yes, Tandun's water.
I mean, I've seen that in a bunch of pieces. I think it's like a John Cage thing that we had done one time, but there's fucking water all over the stage. It is insane. Like, just the logistics of doing that, and you're dragging around a tub of water, like, it's kind of a pain, but it's so cool to do something different like that. And that's what percussion to me is all about. And then you get into percussion ensemble music, that you're off the deep end. It's like the craziest shit sometimes, and it is so much fun.
There's a thing that goes around on not that anybody should ever give a shit about anything that they see on X/Twitter, but there is this frequently I'll see Tandun's Water Concerto come up, and it's always like a disparaging, like, this is what your parents paid for with their college education.
Shut
it's
up.
Just a bunch of exactly, because it's actually fucking amazing. Like, the fact that a person could sit there. I just sat up. That's how and they literally just like smacking the fuck out of water, but yeah, it produces the sound, and then the orchestra comes in, and then the percussion's in the back, and it's like. It's crazy.
I mean, we can do the same things over and over again, or we can do something completely different. And sometimes it falls flat, but I think it's the journey, you got to try stuff. And that's what I appreciate about stuff like that. And that's one of these parallels between visual art that I'm experiencing now, that I'm looking the other way back towards music. Because I think all the time, how can I draw something differently? How can I do something that's different, but it still has... It's not so unrecognizable, because in my case, I'm tattooing people. They have to live with this. They have to wear it on their body. So you can't do... Some people want the craziest shit you can possibly do, but most people, you got to have some connection to reality, so it's familiar enough that they want to wear it, and you're not just like doing your guitar solo on them and then they got to live with it. You can't do that. That's a very selfish way to tattoo it. But with music, I like the difference that it's inconsequential. You can do something conceptual and maybe stupid, and the notes just float off into space, and you still got the experience of it, and nobody got hurt. I do like that about music, and what we're talking about here, doing weird, interesting stuff. Not even that this piece we just listened to was weird, but it checks all the boxes for me. I love this heavy, tense, dark. I mean, it's the perfect tension. I love it in movies. I love it in games. This is my sweet spot for what I like in a video game soundtrack, for sure.
Oh boy, do I have something for you. Good segue. So in Bloodborne, while you were gaming, did you ever hear of a game called Demon Souls / Dark Souls?
I've heard of Dark Souls, yes.
Yeah, okay. So FromSoft is the company, and they made a game called Bloodborne, which takes place in a Victorian style, sort of Cthulhu. Anyway, it gets fucking crazy. You have to fight this guy called Ludwig the Holy Blade. The only problem is Ludwig has succumbed to the, oh my fucking god, how to explain this? He's succumbed to something. I'm sorry, guys.
Poor guy.
They're like, Google this stuff before.
Well, if you guys know, you don't need Marco to explain it, okay?
Yeah. Well, it's for you. And basically, he becomes a half horse, half man.
Love that.
He has this moonlit greatsword that he opens up. I think after this, since I think you like this, I'm going to show you his intro. It's fucked up. But anyway, this is Ludwig the Accursed and the Holy Blade. It's one of my absolute... It's also been played like 19 million times. You just were mentioning this. The reason why I think that video game music, when I was coming up, we would do these modern compositions, and they sucked. They were academic. They were shallow. It was like, you try to sing a phrase and it's all just rhythm. Like every word, every syllable every note has a different fucking word on it. And you're like, oh my God, give me a legato line. Jesus. The thing is that these incredible modern composers today are here in this space. And it's like, it's unfathomable to me that, like, the opera industry is struggling because, well, obviously the pandemic, and also having to hold on to, the donors and the systems and blah, 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 blah. But like modern classical music, modern music today, right now. And it's just, it blows my mind. But this was written 2018-ish.
It just seems like the standard is so high. That's what I'm noticing. And I know these are hand-picked special things that you picked for a reason, but just the standard of this music, even the worst stuff, is probably amazingly over the top compared to 5, 10, 15, whatever years ago, just because it's a whole different world. So it's interesting to me, something like this. What does it take for something to stand out even more when you're in a sea of amazingly well-crafted music like this? I think that's a cool way to consider these things as we're listening to them.
You started to hear the rhythm shift a bit. I'm about to rip my shirt off in about 10 seconds.
Oh my
Keep it.
God. Yes. Damn.
What did you think of that?
Loved it.
Obviously, I hyped it up, but
I mean, I loved it. You're right. That's where this is just continuing deeper from the last one, as far as this being like my total sweet spot for what I will appreciate the most in game music. But you could tell me this was a piece that was studied in music schools for decades, hundreds of years. You could tell me this was music from the greatest major motion picture ever. I mean, this is sick, and it's in a fucking video game. And I say that, and I don't shit on video games, but to me, this is really unreal. It makes me want to play the game. I mean, honestly, like, I want to exist in this world a little bit, and I guess that's what it's all about.
It's dope as fuck, isn't it?
Man, those big brass lines, wow, bringing it in. Gee whiz.
I love the way that the momentum of the... Oh, my God, dude.
It's like real music. I kept thinking that. I know how funny it is to say it that way. That's like such a dumb way to say it, especially in this sphere here, but like that's what I felt like. This is the shit. I really like that.
I want to stay within that sort of dark realm, but move into more of the sort of... I wanted to pay homage to the fact that you took me to my first rave or not my first mosh pit. Excuse me.
Same thing.
Same thing, just less punches maybe. I'll never forget that, dude. I was like, I don't think you were playing, but I was in the back corner by the merch station, and I look out and I just see all this fucking shit, and I was like sitting there, you know, like a little overweight, like 21-year-old me, just being like, I mean, I dig it.
It's a whole nother world. It's just a bunch of insecure kids swinging their arms around when it comes down to it.
That's right. It stays as like a fundamental part of my like musical experience. You know, we could never speak again for another 20 years, which I actually would prefer not to do. And,
I thought you were going to say, and I'd be totally fine with that. I mean, this is enough.
This was good. 2 hours with you. Every 20 years, we'll circle back. But it has remained one of the most formative, which is strange. It is one of the most musical formative experiences of my life, especially now that I'm listening to every day. I'm listening to a variety of things from a variety of different people's thoughts and feelings. And obviously I always gravitate towards stuff like Ludwig, the classical, heavy, you know, but that's why I love Monster Hunter, because everything is like, it's like you could put it in a symphony hall, no one could tell, you know, and some old lady would be like, what is this? And it'd be like, it's fucking, you know,
because it's just big drama. Everyone can get down with that. It's beautiful.
It's awesome. But yeah, so I wanted to honor that experience with you, listening to, this is a guy called Keygen Church, and this piece is called Tenebre, Rosso, Sangue.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hold on. I'm taking you for a ride here in about 2 seconds.
Yes.
That double,
Yeah. Oof, that last note.
What do you make of that?
That was cool. Like the guitar tone made me think of old video game music. Like it's kind of throwback, a lot of the sound, but it's also the organ. I just like dark religious kind of themes and stuff. So like even that image that was up on the screen the whole time, I dig that. It's cool. It's just heavy. It's like if Megadeth performed the Castlevania soundtrack or something. You know what I mean? It's kind of mixing the video game and live metal music with like the kind of like theatrical metal realm. That was cool.
Like what's the French? Oh God.
Gojira.
Yeah, Gojira.
Yeah, it's just big sound. Yeah, and I feel like they capture a lot of like what an orchestra has, at least in the way that they mix their recordings. It's like big reverb, like they're in a massive hall, and then some of those performances you can see of them online, like out in the cathedral in Paris or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sick.
The double bass in there. I'll never forget watching you play double bass, and I remember being totally entranced by the I don't know why, dude. It's weird. It's crazy. But like the double bass, there's something, whenever I hear it, I'm like, double bass! You've been influencing me for the last 20 years. Didn't even
Well, it's like the cheapest thrill, because it's just like, hit him over the head with something. Yeah, I mean, it's the easiest way to make a rhythmic pattern super sharp and super heavy on the attack. Like, it's effective, and that's why you use it so much in that kind of music. But it's funny, that's not the musical experience you were expecting to get going to music school, huh?
No, in fact, if I could take it back, I would just go more to Chicago Typewriter concerts. Get rid of all the classes I took and all of the shitty. Not all of my teachers were shitty.
You have a beautiful voice, Marco. You need. I'm
true.
glad the world got to hear it, even if it was just for a fleeting moment in time.
I sing now on the channel too, which is nice. So
Love that.
Not all the time, but when I do, people are like, "Oh my God, I had no idea," and it's like because I don't really broadcast it because trauma. So I've never heard this piece. This is actually there's a game called Guilty Gear Strive. Great. I mean, crazy rhythm, crazy meter. I've never heard this before, so I figured we could both dive into it solo or for our first times and discover it together. I'm really intrigued. This is called Carpe Diem. The double kick. That's cool.
Wasn't ready for that Metallica vocal to come in.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Naoki, it's amazing what he's able to do with his voice.
I'm waiting for a big breakdown after this section.
Of the music?
Just a big...
I have a lot of thoughts, actually. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Holy fuck. Alright.
I was just thinking we could use a shreddy guitar solo right about now.
And then the random, like, piano in the back. It's like so... They always do this.
Yeah.
It's such interesting layering, actually.
Yeah.
You know who loved Guilty Gear music was Greg Wanamaker.
Really?
Yeah. 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 They always shift genre mid. There it is.
It's their last chance to get everyone on board.
Yeah. On the ground. Oh, it's over.
It's abrupt.
Okay. What do you think of that before I dive into my thoughts?
I mean, it's all there. That's a song that could just be a band that's on tour, nothing to do with video games. That's just like a full-on metal, like it's stylistically appropriate. It's when you pointed out the pianos, I feel like that's the thing that keeps it like rooted to being a score or being part of a thing. Like to me, that kind of it gives a different dimension to it. So let me ask you quickly though, as a classically trained, very capable vocalist, what do you think about this genre of singer? Like the big, not screamy, but this really clean kind of aggressive, big metal vocal.
I think it's impressive because it's very similar to how theoretically I would produce and sing. However, that being said, like the ability to do it without hurting oneself is really like impressive to me. So I always think that whenever I hear singers like this, I always immediately give them the benefit of the doubt and just think it's insane that they're able to do it. Is it my favorite? No. It's like a 7 out of 10 on my like favorite singing scale, right? If I were to rank it.
That's pretty high though.
I think because it's the outcry of it. Sometimes I think with like overly trained or very, very, very like stylized singing that it almost comes across as disingenuous because like the technique, like the operatic technique is almost like a veneer. Like a screen over the identity and the truth of the person. So with Naoki here, I feel like he's just letting her rip. And it's like, that's how I feel, you know? And what's interesting though, is that it still showcases throughout the music. And this is one of the things I thought of with this character is that there's still, even though there's like a dual side to this character where we have this intense need to get something done. While on the flip side, we also have the sensitivity of, I think, what seemed like a young girl. You know what I mean? There's still like the hope for the future, like a brightness, but like it's marred by like whatever circumstances. And that's where the percussion comes in. And that's the way I like to, when I listen to these character themes, because I know they're character themes, I'm thinking like, what is the psychology of the character? Why would I, a singer, sing over top of this? And like, what is my motivation? And then therefore becoming her motivation. So that's a 2-part answer to what your 1-part question. What do you think of the percussion in there? I mean, it's just serviceable, right? Serviceable sounds negative. I don't mean it negative. Like it just does.
It's great.
It just does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It checks all the boxes for me. I mean, I feel like if I play drums, that's kind of in the vein of the types of stuff I would be playing, just fast and driving. And that's the stuff that I really like. But it's funny, as being someone whose head has been deep in that kind of heavier music genre for most of my life, I find, and I appreciate that this kind of vocal, but to me, the more like, I've always considered like an operatic vocal approach as far as like in the scale of heavy music, and I always find it corny. Just to my own personal taste. I appreciate it. I think it's appropriate here. It's cool. It sounds great. It's amazing. There are some singers that do that are super talented. But for my taste, I've always kind of rolled my eyes at the like real opera metal singer guy. It seems like gimmicky, cliche, but like all the stuff I like, you can say the same thing about it too. So it's really just what frosts my cookies. And
again, because I've heard so many of these, it's also almost like the exposure. And I think that's part of what I'm doing like lately is digging through, and like I'm doing a lot more rankings and a lot more like, you know, sort of perspective pieces where it's like, what do I like and what am I drawn to? Is it because I've been exposed to it and I hear it all the time, or frequently enough where I know what to expect? So like the first time I heard it, did I also think it was hokey, and then I just pushed past my subjective opinion and just focused on the objectivity of the thing? Because that was something I did for the first like 2 years of my channel, and now as I'm sort of starting to feel more comfortable and or more uncomfortable, depending on what day it is, more of my own subjective taste and like what actually does Marco Meatball like? You know, like what? Because objectively, I think it's important to look at these things with an objective lens, because there's a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, you and I could sit here and literally measure by measure. That's what we're trained to do. Yeah. But looking at it, okay, well, like would I listen to that one in the car? No. There are others. There's Happy Chaos is another one that's fucking amazing. Slayer's theme that I didn't play for you because I've played it for like 5 other people. I love Slayer's theme. And in fact, he's the character I want to play as. There's a lot of really cool themes. That one kind of meandered a little bit for me. Yeah. It felt a little bit, by like 3 minutes in, I was ready for it to kind of, I would have skipped to the next song.
It should have been a 2.5 minute song made into something longer. And if I pulled up at a red light next to you in like a Mazda Miata with the top down and you were blasting that song, I'd be like, fucking dork. But yeah, I guess that's true. You can really look at these in two and maybe endless different ways. But to me, the two main avenues are, what do I like? What appeals to me based on my taste and my experience, which is an interesting way to do it. Or you can just think, is it appropriate for the purpose? Which I think it is maybe more valid, but I think a personal opinion is cool too.
I remember I was asking folks ranking, and someone was like, well, how can you rank it? You can't just base, you need a criteria. You can't just base it off of your emotions. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
That's exactly what a ranking is.
Yeah. And isn't that what art and music and all this stuff is all about anyway?
Yes.
Like anytime any of this stuff is like competitive in a true way, it's so funny because it makes it turn into something else. Like I was never a marching band drummer growing up, but a lot of people that we went to school with, their background is heavily marching band. And that is like athletic, strict, super precise, and it's competitive. They're doing these competitions. Their accolades are that they won the big marching band, whatever the fuck. Yeah. And it's like a whole different world that I was never part of. And I just think it's, it's something completely different.
That's like a hyper technical approach to something.
Yeah. It's like, how can we put these measures on music? And it's more about the technical performance of it than the actual like expressing anything or quality of composition feeling or whatever. Yeah. Which to me, it's all about feeling. What's the point? Otherwise,
before I play the last song and then I'll let you go, I guess since it's been so many years since you've listened to a piece, has anything kind of stuck out to you? Has anything shifted in your brain? Has it sort of, what sort of perspectives have you maybe come away with from this, besides obviously getting the joy of spending time with me naturally?
Right. No, that is great. Those 2 pieces in a row that I was really waxing poetic about, those gave me the most, I felt the most from those because those tapped into my nostalgia of playing in big orchestras and stuff. The same feeling I get when I go to a live performance, when it's been, it's a lot of time in between where I'm seeing this stuff in real life these days. So when I do, I'm really just like, it's just all feeling, and a lot of it's nostalgia, and a lot of it is just I know what it feels like to have that performed in front of you. And those songs, even listening to it through these little headphones, like those really did it for me, and that was enjoyable. So
it's interesting because being a percussionist, the amazing thing is that you can kind of be like, whoa, here's 15 bangers, right? And that's the term, the bangers. And it's like everyone, I actually have a rant coming out soon that's like, it'll be out way before this episode comes out, so they'll be like, oh yeah, that one, where I talk about people like to skip to 6 minutes and 30 seconds or 3 minutes because that's where the drop is, right? Yeah. And it's like, well, in order to really enjoy, like, stop doing that. I mean, do it if you want to, right? But like, stop doing it because like the drop is not the payoff is getting to it.
Absolutely.
You need I can't say any of this without having sexual terms, but like you need So I won't. But you need the sort of, I keep wanting to say fluffing.
My God. No, you can't have the loud without the quiet. That's just what it is. Every metal album
as a
has
fact.
like the mandolin song in the middle. Like that's the
But
rule.
there's a but there's a predilection. There's like a that's a fancy word for saying there's the opinion. What the fuck does predilection mean?
Have
That's
no
the first time I ever
idea.
used it in a sentence. The preconception, I think this is the word I'm looking for. That the drop is the best part. That's like the, strawberry cake. That's the strawberry filling in the middle. You need to get to it in order. Like no one's like, let me pull apart all this shit and just eat the straw. I mean, maybe they do, and that's fine. But I don't.
Well, some
agree
people
with
have no taste, unfortunately, and I hate to be negative like that in such a general and sweeping way, but it's true. And some people can get the same value, or some people can still derive as much value as they possibly can from just getting that drop. Maybe you need to be keyed into more stuff, and I'm sure some people enjoy the journey so much and don't even think about it or realize it about themselves, because it really is just something that you experience. So like we can break it down a little bit and kind of try to reason through that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta work up to something. But our attention spans are bad, so sometimes you gotta just hit the drop. I guess I don't know.
Maybe I'm just an elitist.
Well, I mean, you're coming from a very specific place, so you are keyed into a lot of stuff that most people aren't. Especially at this point, having done all these videos and really digging into this stuff, like you are way in tune with what's going on here and how you feel about it and why.
That's true. I never thought about that. I mean, 1,500 videos. I've had to slow
Oh,
down
that's it?
my brain.
Only 1,500? Well, okay.
Only from. It's just opera did something to me where it was like I had to work. I am in a privileged position, where I get to like walk into the room and be like, what will I do today? Oh, will I play a video game to 100 people, or will I talk about a piece of music and then upload it and then people will watch it? It's a very privileged position, and I think opera was all about feast or famine and sink or swim. And I think for me, I don't know how not to work, because someone's going to say you're a workaholic, and I guess that's probably true, but I also just genuinely just enjoy it so much that there's so much that I want to say, and but balance is important as well, as like you can't be an artist and work on people's bodies in your case while also being like tired and I suppose there are days where you're fatigued, but like I mean there's a real responsibility there, and
Yeah.
I feel the same. I feel like there's a responsibility to talk about this 40 plus years of music, and but also I should probably take a couple take like a mental break.
Well, you gotta, we're always trying to find the balance.
There's a balance.
It's hard, yeah.
I really don't know many musicians that just kind of sit back. Like there's, if you and it doesn't matter if you're a former musician or because you're never a form or anything, you know what I mean? You're always thinking about music, because it's for people that love music and are and decide to play it as a hobby or go to school for it or make a career out of it. Like it's a part of them, you know what I mean? It's an intrinsic part of who they are.
Well, it's a specific kind of person who is going to be drawn to that and who is going to see it through to
Right.
certain levels. I find people in my field I meet a lot of like-minded people, or people where their brains work, at least as far as the work side of it goes. I feel akin to them, because we are all the same kind of person to have to want to sit there and just all day, every day for years and years and years, and you're still excited by it. It's the same thing with music. You're singing in a wall in a little practice room over and over and over, and sometimes it is the hardest, and sometimes it feels good, and you're just it's highs and lows, and you have to be a certain kind of person to see that through to a level. So how do you shut that off? You don't. But you have to.
You don't.
Because when you come back to it after a breather, I feel so much clarity in a lot of stuff, and things that were challenging, you just with a little time off, you can get by it in a lot of cases, or at least see it differently. And I feel like I've put more time in between slamming my head into a wall after so many years of slowly, in little tiny ways, figuring out how to get a little more balance. But I don't think I will ever be beyond that struggle. That's just what it is. But that's part of the fun.
Totally.
I love this shit because it never ends. You can pursue music your entire life. And when people are like, oh, I wish I had learned how to play guitar. I'm like 50 now. I never learned. I wish I had done it when I was younger. It's like, start now. You can do that for the rest of your life. There's no goal. There's no plateau. There's no ending. Like, you just do it and interact with it however you want. I always try to encourage people to take up anything creative. I can't imagine not having it as an outlet in my life. My whole life is just making shit. And like, how cool is that?
And you can do that until you die. I mean, there's no reason to ever stop, really, unless you're, obviously your physical body gives out. But I mean, even then, there's ways to. It's incredible how like you've I don't want to pivot us too hard, but you've music into visual art into music. The cycle, as you mentioned, it never ends. And so even though it's a different medium, it's the same medium. It's the same brain usage, you know, and it's the same creative passion. It's the same pursuit of something ultimately bigger.
Yeah,
you know,
it really is.
On people's bodies, on, you know, I mean, look at the thing behind you. I assume you did that.
Nope. One of my favorite artists
Okay.
ever did it, though, and having that next to me while I'm doing all sorts of stuff, that fills me with so much joy to just be surrounded by these things, too, because I'm an appreciator just as much as I am a creator of all this stuff.
Exactly. I can't leave you without this, and I would never hear the end of it. This
right.
is from Doom Eternal. I know you know what Doom is, but this
Yes.
this is Mick Gordon. We got some chainsaws in here. This is The Only Thing They Fear Is You. You never heard this,
No,
right?
a half a second of it already played when I opened the link, and I can already tell this is going to be a fucking bop. My God. The guy on the screen kind of looks like a Halo guy, his helmet.
That's Doom Guy.
Doom guy. Yeah, this is heavy as fuck.
Yeah. I think that's the chainsaw. I don't actually know where it comes in. I appreciate that it pulls back here too. The slight delay too, it doesn't drop right away. Yeah.
A lot of teasing there. A lot of when it hits.
Yeah.
I don't know how we could get any heavier, but I know it's going to happen. We're about to get beat up. The computer might explode. It's either about to go crazy or just bring it back to that original thing, and it's going to slap either way.
Listen for the surprise snare.
Whoa!
Right? Screaming rip and tear.
Damn! That was sick.
Did that scratch an itch?
Of course. That, I mean, I feel like that's... I notice a lot of more modern, like, heavy music that sounds very modern to me, as far as, like, keying in on very subtle evolution of how stuff is. It's like guitar, super heavy, tuned down impossibly low. Like, the top string on that guitar must be a fucking thicker than my arm to be able to hold to stay in tune at all. And I just love, and it's just, it's like real slidey, like you're walking on an uneven floor or something. I just like that kind of like beer goggle riffage. And to me, that's what I like about heavy music. And this is like a little more modern than stuff I would typically listen to, although I really enjoyed it. But I feel like it's descendant from like Black Sabbath, where they were heavy and super low and gritty, but it like grooved. It had a funk to it. It was really driving. It was never like noodling kind of fancy metal. It's just heavy. You tap your foot to it, you really can groove with it. And that's what I love about heavy music, is that kind of groovy stuff. And this is definitely from that same world.
There's definitely like a visceral, almost musical violence about it that I really like. Like there's like a sense of release almost. In some ways, I think the reason why it's so popular also is how cathartic it is. And I also think that the different sections each play into each other. So there's sharpness, but then there's also some nice legato. And then there's also some... It dances within itself quite a bit, and it never really does what you expect it to do, which is also really satisfying. I mean, it's a type of piece of music where like you could listen to it a lot and you really don't get tired of it, because it doesn't like fall into some of the traps that, well, certainly video game music falls into. It really taps into, I think, the primality of humanity, the animalistic side. I think it's really interesting. It fits extremely well for Doom.
Yeah, and just that little tail at the end with the marching drums and the throngs of voices like that. To me, that sets the stage for like you're about to encounter an army of assailants that you need to conquer.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. They're afraid of you. You're not afraid of them, which is the funny part.
Interesting.
They're locked in the room with you. You're not locked in the room with them. Is the phrase. Well, listen, thank you so much, Andrew. I mean, do you feel like this has really changed your perspective on game music? Has this shifted anything for you?
I really enjoyed this, and it is cool to see really where everything is at in a way, and I appreciate your curation. You showed me a lot of cool stuff, games that I would never interact with. Like I could stumble across a Doom game if anything, but some of these other ones I would have never seen. That crazy iPad one with the music and the rhythm. I don't know if I would ever have an awareness of that. So it's really cool to see where stuff is at, and I appreciate it, man. This was so much fun.
If they want you back, would you come back for another round?
If they liked it, sure. Yeah, this was great. Again, any excuse to spend a couple hours on the phone with you, I will do it.
Yeah, that sounds fun too. Where can people find you? I know I cut you off earlier, but
that's fine.
For real.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Andrew Stortz. You can see my tattoo work. If you want to learn a little bit more about the legends of tattooing, you can see me interview many of them. Books Closed podcast. It's all YouTube, Instagram. You can find it wherever you guys are normally at. But yeah, check me out. And this was a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys later. Bye.